That didn't
This
mean that
is an
I
Isaiah
gave up.
David
So
Paul
I
post.
found a way to keep.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaiah David Paul, and we are back with another video. Let y'all see me real quick. Can y'all see me real quick? All right, real quick. Today we are going to talk about why I wrote this book. And the book I have in my hands today is The Triumph of My Soul: Stories of Hope, Triumph, and Inspiration. This book was edited by Elissa Gabrielle. She is an award-winning author and publisher. Um, this is one of many anthologies she has put together under her company, Peace in the Storm Publishing. This is an inspirational anthology, so it's a mix of fiction and non-fiction stories. And this book, like many of the other books I feature in this series, why I wrote this book, can be found wherever books are sold. So come with me now. We are talking about the book, The Triumph of My Soul. And I know that when you guys come to my videos, y'all want to know the tea. Y'all want to know why I wrote this book, what inspired me to write this book, how did I get involved, and things of that nature. And one of the things that I am excited about with this book is this is the first anthology that I contributed to under one of my names that I am credited for. Um, this book was done under the Gerald Imes name. And at the time that we were invited to submit stories, so she did a call for submissions. Now, those of you who may not be familiar with the term call for submissions, this is when a publisher, editor, or another author may seek out or invite other writers to submit stories or novels for publication. It is properly done, or at least when this book came out, it was properly done to get a group of authors together to work on an anthology. So she did her call for submissions, and at the time she did the call for submissions, so this is probably late 2006, early 2007. I was in my run of young adult fiction titles. Um, I want to say by time we were invited, I was invited to um, contribute to this anthology. Worth Fighting For, 5 Miles to Empty, You Can't Break Me were already out. And I was gearing up for the release of my fourth book called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And we'll talk about all those books on other videos. But I was really looking forward to doing this because I had also um, previously published a faith fiction novel that at the time I had called He Changed My Name. This book has gone through several different title changes as well. And I was looking for a way to expand into the faith fiction genre, especially the little subgenre I was trying to carve out for myself, where I nicknamed myself the gritty faith fiction author. And I saw it as an opportunity to test out some characters, expand a subplot that I had in the what's now known as Blessed Not Stressed novel. And the Street Disciples ministry that I had came up with featured several young men who came to Christ by different means. These were not men who grew up in the church, went to church every Sunday, lived at the church, went Wednesday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. No, these were not men who initially grew up in the church. These men came, like I said, they came to Christ many different ways. The leader of the Street Disciples ministry, Raleen Victor, which was featured in my very first novel that I published. um, found Christ in jail while he was incarcerated as a youth. And as he grew up, he became a very well respected minister and faith leader in the community. And I saw an opportunity with this anthology to see if I could write a short story within the confines of what she requested. I want to say at the time, and I wished I had the actual submission in front of me. So, Ms. Gabriel, if you're listening, feel free to correct me in the comments. I want to say we were supposed to come up with a 2 to 3,000 word. I want to say we had a 2 to 3,000 word limit. What I sent her was well over that. It was well over that because once I started writing word on the street, I just kept going and going and going. And uh I had a good solid little chapter, and I knew that I wanted this book or this short story to lead to a book, because something that I had noticed in book writing at the time was that um a lot of authors were doing that. They would write little short stories, or if they got into a larger anthology where they were a featured author in, they would, give you a little tease of something that could potentially be a new novel. And based on audience response, they would submit more work. So, like I said, she did her call for submissions around, like I said, late 2006, early 2007. I was notified around the time, I want to say around the time Age Ain't Nothing But a Number came out. That came out August of 2007, or maybe September. Um, I was notified then that my story was chosen. I was very excited because I had seen different people be part of anthologies. I had read anthologies, but I had never been in one under my name. I had been published as something I'd done for a ghostwriting client, and I'd helped another author do their contribution, but this would be the first time I'd actually done my own contribution. And in that whole year, she pumped the anthology, talked about it, highlighted the authors, and the list of authors. I'm gonna go ahead and read them to you. This Elissa, Gabrielle, Jessica Tillis. She had a few books out at the time. Of course, Gerald Imes. It's me, Lorraine, Eliza, Elzia. Sorry, she had a book out at the time. Keisha Dawn. She had just released a book with Urban Christian. I forgot the name of it now, so y'all forgive me. But she had just released a book with Urban Christian. Vaughn James, Jacqueline Moore, Allison Dees, Ebony Monique, Kim Robinson had been in and out of different reading groups. So I remember her from, seemed like she was around the time I started in 98, 99. So she'd always been in books. I'm sorry, I'm rambling now. Bill Holmes, she ended up signing him. Linda R. Herman, Cheryl Donovan, Agnes B. Levine, Dyke Coro, and Cache Russell. Y'all, charge head, not heart. Y'all, I'm just so excited to be doing this video finally. But, we got to talk to each other in different social media groups. And I was very excited to be part of this anthology. And I was really looking forward to it. I liked it even more because at the time I was active in the church, um, renewing my relationship with God, happy to be producing something else for them. Although my teen novels were clean, in the general sense that there were minimum to no foul language, minimum to no graphic violence or other PG-13 scenes. I liked the fact that I was going to be able to add another book to this title. This book would be before my Isaiah David Paul era. Um, I had considered using a faith name of, excuse me, a pseudonym or a different faith name, but at the time, I didn't choose to do that because the Gerald Imes books were gaining popularity. And I already had a faith fiction novel out under a pseudonym that was similar to mine. I would later release a version of the book called He Changed the Game as Gerald Imes. And I wanted to keep the momentum going. And like I said, for a whole year, she marketed and promoted this book and some of the other ones she was producing at the time, too, and different projects she was in. So it was nice to be on social media, and all 17 of us are pumping this book. And when the book finally came out, man, I was very happy. Um, I was able to, show off another book that I felt everyone would be proud of. We all got kudos and praise for the work we had contributed, and the experience was so good that she was able to spin off several other anthologies in this series. There's Triumph of My Soul for Women. Then I was part of the first two Soul of a Man anthologies, which I'm going to talk about in separate videos. Um, got a lot of groundwork for this. And when I went on tour, there were a lot of people that would ask for this book by name. And it was wonderful to have in the collection. And then when I was able to, I want to say that um, Alice and I may have done a signing together one time with this book. Uh, did I meet anybody else? I don't think I did a signing with another author. We did a lot of interviews together, though. I do remember that. We were every time around two or three of us would be in an interview, and of course, as many of us as we could jumped in and supported each other. And man, just I remember this being a wonderful experience, which is probably why it sounds like a rambling, but I really loved working on this anthology and the other two that I did with her. I was not able to do Soul of a Man 3. Um, there, it's nothing personal against Miss Gabrielle. There's a lot going on with that I will explain in another video. But if I could do another anthology with her, I would, be more than happy to contribute. Um, I do appreciate everything Miss Gabrielle has done to support my career. And if you have not had a chance to check this out, it is still a good read. Like I said, this book was published in 2008. So we are about almost 17 years later. But hey, still worth it. Still worth it. I hope you enjoy. And until next time, be easy, be blessed, and thank you for the love and support. This is your boy Isaiah David Paul signing out. That doesn't mean that I gave up. So just found a way to keep moving forward and hope that one day life would just catch up to me.